Anybody who follows my channel knows that I'm a huge fan of the fine folks over at Toontrack and all the products that they put out. I was a user for a long time. I spent a lot of money with them, purchased a lot of products just because they worked so well. They always sound amazing. And the workflow that Superior Drummer and Easy Bass allow just made my job so much easier when I was trying to be creative, whether for audio demos or for composing or whatever I was doing in that moment. It's kind of funny because for a guitar-centered YouTube channel like mine, you think I would get more excited about guitar releases, maybe pedals or amps or guitars. But actually, I find that the Toontrack releases are the ones that excite me the most. And we hadn't had one in a while, so I was really pumped a couple days ago to get the notification that they had released a brand new SDX for Superior Drummer 3, and this is called Stockholm. Today, we're going to take a look at just what it is, what we get with it, how it sounds, and so you can have the information you need to know if this is something you want to add to your Superior Drummer 3 SDX collection. I can say that I'm really happy I have it. I find this to be an extremely versatile SDX bundle, and I hope that you find the same. Just by way of full disclosure, the folks at Toontrack did send me a copy of this at no charge. There's no other compensation for this video, but that's not going to affect my opinion of it. I do tend to love just about everything they do, and that's why I do these videos, just to let you guys know about it as well. But without further ado, let's head over, first of all, to the Toontrack website. We'll take a look and just see what we get with this, what drum kits we have, how many drum kits we have. Then we'll go and actually take a look at the interface, some of the grooves and MIDI that we get with it as well. And then we'll take a listen to how the drums sound, all the kits with some of the built-in presets. So without further ado, let's head over to the Toontrack website to get started. So here we are over on the Toontrack website, and here is the new product, Stockholm SDX, $179 US, right around the same price that most of these new SDX packages are. So what is this? Well, obviously the name Stockholm tells us that this was probably created in Sweden, and as it says here, particularly Stockholm. And the little notes here say, Sweden's one of the largest music exporters in the world. How a country of some 10 million people has managed to become a cogwheel international hit-making community is a slight mystery. But let's not read through all of this. This SDX was recorded at RMV Studio, and I'm only saying that. I am not going to pronounce this. I will butcher it, and that wouldn't be right. So this studio is housed in a 150-year-old naval warehouse, beautifully situated right in the water at the inlet of the river. This is one of the proper gems of the central Stockholm studio scene. Rustic ceiling beams breaking up the diffusion, reflective surfaces, several types of material with a soft wooden floor that acts like a cushioning membrane in the studio's relatively large but still compact sounding room. It's a space ideal for bringing out the inherent qualities of any acoustic instrument. So very cool. Seems like a really incredible studio. I was not really familiar with this before now. It's always interesting to learn about these different incredible facilities that are spread around the world. It says, in addition to the drums, a basic set of grooves performed by sampling drummer Josephine Forsman, known from the Swedish band Sahara Hot Nights, as well as a broad selection of presets designed by session engineer Lynn Fijal. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. My apologies if I'm not. As well as by Toontrack sound design team are provided. We're going to dive in and take a look and a listen to some of those very shortly. So what do we get with this? We get 5 kits, 12 snare drums, 9 kick drums, and 3 sets of cymbals. Kit selections designed to cover anything from mellow to loud. And that's why I was saying that this seems to be a very versatile SDX. I'm really happy to have this. I'm going to make really good use of this. As I was listening through these, I could really envision the sounds of a lot of these drums on different styles of music. And because I'm oftentimes doing audio demos to showcase guitar tones, I really need to have a broad array of tones at my disposal, whether it's just to kind of spark an influence for me to write a piece of music or to really hone in a particular style. As we said already, this is recorded at RMV Studio in Stockholm, Sweden, engineered by Lynn Fijal, assisted by Vilma Calling, and the drummer was Josephine Forsman. And there's a lot of really great mix-ready presets and a custom MIDI library. Great, so let's get down here. They talk a little bit more about the studio. You can go and read about this on the Toontrack website. Very cool-looking facility. As always, there's a really good Toontrack making of video that I always find really interesting to see how they created these incredible SDXs. Okay, so a little question and answer with the engineer, Lynn. Very cool. So this is what's more important here, the kits. What do we have? So kit number 1 is a pop kit. It's a Gretsch Brooklyn kit. It's made a 6-ply maple poplar from the 2010s. We are also going to have, as we move down, a heavy kit. So that's going to be a Tama Star Classic 5mm maple from the 2000s. Moving on from there, we have a rock kit, which is going to be a Ludwig Vistalite acrylic kit from the 2000s. Moving on, we have a punchy kit, which is going to be a Sonar Pro Light 9-ply maple from the 2020s, so a much newer kit. And finally, we have a tight kit, which is a Yamaha recording custom 6-ply North American birch from the 2010s. And we have a list of additional instruments too. I don't want to take up too much time in the video going through all these in detail, but you can see them here. And as always, head over to the Toontrack site and it's going to give you all the information you need. I really find Toontrack does a really, really great job when describing all their products, talking about the different mics. We will look at the mixer when we get into Superior Drummer. All right, so let's do that. Let's head right over to Superior Drummer, which I'm using within Cubase. All right, so here we are in the Stockholm SDX. You'll see over here that we can choose our drum kits. I know that's probably off screen. Let me just slide this over so you can see that. Drum kits, as we mentioned, pop kit, heavy kit, rock kit, punchy kit, tight kit. And we have the presets up here for each of these kits. And these are the presets created by the creating engineer, Lynn Fijal. And we have 4 presets for the pop kit, 4 for the heavy kit, 3 for the rock kit, 4 for the punchy kit, and 3 for the tight kit. A lot of people don't realize that those presets are there, and they can be really wonderful starting points to just get us up and running. It doesn't mean we're not going to tweak them a little bit for our particular mix, but I use those a lot of times. I just get it up and running, and then when I'm ready to mix, I may have to go in and make a few little tweaks, but usually not too much. So those are wonderful starting points. We're going to take a real in-depth listen to every kit and every one of Lynn's presets with a few of the grooves from the groove library that comes with the Stockholm SDX, just so you can kind of hear exactly what this is doing in a couple minutes. So here we have our pop kit, I believe, that loads by default, and we'll go over to the mixer and we'll see here we have kick, in, out, snare top, snare bottom, hi-hat, rack tom 1 and 2, floor tom 1 and 2, ride, crash left, crash right, overhead, and then we have our ambient mics, ambient close, ambient low, ambient far, and mono kit. And those are described more in detail over on the Toontrack site like we were just looking at. We also have our groove library. It's a smaller one for this SDX. We have mid-tempo, straight 4/4, and we have 2 songs worth, pre-chorus, verse, chorus, bridge, fills, intro for those. And we have up-tempo, 144 beats per minute, 146 beats per minute. These ones are at 120 and 125. And again, we have all of our different song sections. So as we can see, even on our just pop default settings with nothing really mixed, it's sounding quite nice already and quite usable. So really, really cool stuff. So we do have some nice MIDI here. But we'll take a closer look and listen very shortly. Coming back over, here's our kit. Great sounds right out of the box for those. So we do want to take a listen to some of these presets and see just how they sound. So what I've done is I've picked a few grooves out of here strung together. I don't know if it was like an 8 or 9 bar section. I edited this together earlier, and just something that kind of showcased kick, snare, some tom hits, hi-hat ride, and some cymbal crashes. So you can kind of hear how all of these kits work. So we're going to basically come up here and go through all of Lynn's presets. Sorry if that's off the screen again. The basic on a plate for the pop, all of these for a short snippet where you can hear them back to back. I think the real takeaway here is that even just with something like the pop kit, we have a lot of flexibility to make this sound many different ways by swapping snare drums out and by mixing this, adding different EQs, compression, reverbs, maybe even delays. And I think these presets really go to show just how flexible and versatile these kits are going to be. So let's go give that a listen, and then we'll come back with a few concluding remarks about that. All right, what did you guys think? I thought that would be the best way to just kind of go through every kit back to back so you could kind of just hear a string of one kit with different presets to hear how versatile each kit can be, and then go right into the next kit, same deal, different presets. And you can really get a good idea and feeling for just what this SDX is capable of in all these 5 drum kits. And I think you can see, and you'd probably agree, it's very versatile tones here. And with some tweaking, we're going to probably be able to tailor this to cover a lot of musical bases that we might have to cover. Everything from pop to rock, heavy rock even. I think there's some really amazing sounds here. And I'm really, really happy to have this as part of my SDX collection, my ever-growing SDX collection. I just can't get enough of them. Always so happy when I see that the folks at Toontrack have a new release coming. Speaking of new releases, about a month from now, maybe a little bit less actually, they're going to be releasing the long anticipated Easy Keys 2. I'm going to have my hands on that hopefully soon, hopefully before the release. And I'm going to get a great video done on that to let you know what that's going to be all about. And I am really excited about getting my hands on that and trying that out. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please head over to the Toontrack website, check out the new Stockholm SDX, or even pre-order Easy Keys 2 if it's something that you know you're going to want to utilize in your composing and your productions. I don't think you'll be disappointed with that. From what I've seen of it, it's really quite incredible. And it's going to be really nice because it's sort of the same interface as Easy Bass Superior Drummer 3. Really great move by the folks over at Toontrack. So thank you guys so much for sharing your time with me. Please like the video. Please share it with anybody who you think could get some use out of watching it. And also please subscribe to the channel. Hit the little bell notification to get notified when I put new content out. I'll be back really, really soon with some more. Thank you guys again for sharing your time with me. Ciao for now.